I don't know a woman that doesn't want to be romanced by her partner and doesn't want to be wooed by her partner, right? It doesn't matter how successful a woman is, what a boss babe she is in her work. She's still gonna want to have that experience of being with a man that she like very much respects and is very, let's say, manly. You can use masculine, and that kind of like provides for her, protects her, and makes her feel very like gooey inside. Every woman wants this. Doesn't matter what profession you are in, or how strong you have to be in your profession, because deep down inside there's this little part of us that is always going to want to be taken care of a man. So how do we get this? Now, oftentimes what happens with women is that they are wanting this deep down. They are scared to be vulnerable and they're scared to admit it, right? This is where when I talk about masculine and feminine energy, this is where this comes from, because women have this very hard exterior and they're scared to be vulnerable. They haven't sort of gotten in touch with this desire of wanting to actually be wooed by a man and to partner with a man that they see capable of that, because we don't want to partner with men just for survival and safety, which is kind of the world that we're in now, where women necessarily aren't even partnering with a man that gives them this feeling. They're partnering with men that they feel a level of reliability, and not to say reliability is not a bad thing. We obviously want to be with a man that we can rely on, but most women have become very dominant, and so they're not able to attract like a dominant male, because men that are more in their dominant energy or masculine energy want to be with a woman that is softer. And so most women end up with men that are, let's just say, like the safe man, a man that is more in his feminine, and they are not able to feel this like spark with him. So let's say that you are in a relationship with a man that you do love, or that you are beginning a relationship with a man that you're attracted to, and there's a desire there. There's desire on your end as a woman, and let's say that you want to get him to do more for you. So how do you do that? Well, I can tell you one of the ways that it just won't work with men, especially good men or masculine energy men. So these are the men that most women are attracted to. So either we are single because we are in our masculine energy and we're looking for a man that is more masculine or more dominant, or really when I work with women, it's that's sort of the dynamic where a woman is more in her masculine energy and she's not able to attract a man that's in his masculine, because either she's attracting men that are too soft, so there's no attraction there, or the men that she is attracting, subconsciously she's pushing away. And this is one of the ways where we push men away, and it's through our complaints. Now, when we are complaining to men, and especially good men, what's happening is men have a core need and function to please a woman. It's in a man's DNA to please the woman that he is interested in. So on a very surface level, the reason that he's designed this way is so that he can mate with you. So that's number one, right? And so at a very basic level, initially, let's say when you meet a man and you're going on dates with him, and his goal, right? So let's just say at the surface level, the initial attraction, his goal is going to be to sleep with you. And again, there's nothing wrong with that. That's kind of just how men are hardwired. But so they're hardwired to please you, to meet this need of theirs, right? And I say good men, we're going to push away good men, because when a woman is hard to get, and not in an organic way, but just kind of in a she's not easy to please. Nothing a man does is ever going to be good enough for this woman. A man that is, let's just say, not a good man, he's a man that is just out for his own selfish purposes, which is to get into a woman's pants, will tolerate and will put up with a bit of those complaints, and just like a woman that is, like, let's say, harder to get, but not in an organic way, not in a high value way. I mean, in a very low value way. The reason he will put up with that is because he also wants to get into the woman's pants. And so it's for his own selfish reasoning. And as soon as he gets that, outcome, what's going to happen is he's going to sort of disappear, right? He's not going to move anything forward or progress the relationship. What happens with good men, though, is with good men, when they meet a woman, they're subconsciously looking to settle down with a woman. Every man innately, even if they're at a certain stage in their life where they're not 100% capable of doing that, innately they want to find their best friend, and they want to find a woman that they can put on a pedestal and love and adore and cherish. Every single man has this hardwired in him. And so when he meets a woman that checks all of the boxes, she's feminine, she's easygoing, she's nice to be around, she's good natured, etc. You can get into more of these qualities in Secrets of the Feminine Woman, but what ends up happening is he will then try to please her. He will do what he can to make her happy. And so he will set up dates. He'll do whatever he has to do to move things forward with this woman. Now, again, it depends on the stage of the relationship, but let's just say earlier on, he will do whatever he has to do to impress this woman. Now, it does depend on the context and the nature of the relationship. And so expectations are really important to manage at this stage. And this is why I really, really stress the inner work, because what tends to happen is good men or masculine men really want things to be organic and want things to unfold naturally. And because these type of men are not just pursuing women, they have other things going on in their life, they're busy, they're not looking to form connections instantaneously. They're looking for things to be built up over time. And so what tends to happen in these situations is a man will start to progress a relationship or move things forward with a woman, set up dates, etc. And a woman will never be satisfied, and she'll never be happy, and she'll start complaining to the man. And this is where a man starts to pull away, because when we are consistently complaining to a man, he starts to feel, okay, I'm not good enough, and nothing I do for this woman, nothing I can do for this woman is ever going to be enough. And therefore, if I'm not able to win with her, then what is the point of me continuing to pursue her? And this is where men start to pull back. Now, I've experienced this with many women that reach out to me for private coaching, and even clients that I've worked with, where we will work to shift the woman, right? Because everything is a reflection of who we are. And so when we do the inner work, naturally the exterior environment is going to shift. And so we do a certain level of work with the woman, and a man starts to come back. And what tends to happen, and what I've seen time and time again, is as soon as the man comes back and it's dreamy, so it's what a woman would want. He's saying all the things she's always wanted, and he's showing up a certain way. And let's say after that, let's say that there's an amazing date. After that, let's say there's a few days of space, because again, when a man is coming back, he doesn't owe us anything, right? He's sort of testing the waters to see how this feels for him. What tends to happen with women is, instead of holding on to that date and holding on to how good it felt and how amazing he was showing up and holding on to those good feelings, a woman will start to become angry inside and resentful that he's not doing more. And what happens is her energy shifts. And I always talk about energy. Words don't matter. Content doesn't matter. It's a woman's energy. It's a woman's nature that draws everything to her. And it's her beingness that draws everything to her. And so the moment that a woman starts to get disgruntled that a man is not doing for her what she expects him to do for her, even if it's not called for in the nature of the dynamic, because he's not in a relationship with her, what happens is he feels this energy and something stops him from pursuing her. This can also look like, and this is sort of how the dynamic starts to go back to the way it was. And even in courtship, where a man is pursuing a woman and he's setting dates up with a woman and he's doing everything the way that it should be done. And I outline this in What Men Want, so make sure you get that book. But I outline how masculine energy men show up and how it should feel. And oftentimes what will happen is a woman will want to rush this phase. And as soon as we start to rush that phase, what happens is we become unhappy because now we are ahead of the man. And what happens is we start complaining. So as soon as, things start to get a little bit comfortable and we think, oh, we have the man, we have him, right? We start to complain that, oh, he didn't call us, or he didn't set up a date one week. And we start to nitpick. And the moment we start to nitpick, and especially when a relationship is not solidified, what happens with a man is he'll start to pull away because he'll think, well, it's too hard to be with this woman because I'm not even in a relationship with her and she's already complaining. Now, how this looks in relationships with men is when a man is doing something for us, we want to be appreciative and we want to be in gratitude, right? And the more inner work you do, and this is why I stress inner work, the more inner work you do, the less you're going to rely on a relationship for your happiness or anything for your happiness. Nothing in the external environment should determine your level of happiness, right? And this is what I teach, that we want to become whole and secure within ourselves. Nothing on the outside should be impacting how we feel on the inside, right? Even as a business owner, your money, your subscribers, likes, comments, like none of that should dictate your level of happiness. And if it is dictating your level of happiness, then the reason for you doing what you're doing is not coming from a pure intention, and the external is controlling your own state of being. So that means that if the external is not reflecting to you what you perceive to be good or valuable, your mood is going to be controlled by that. And you don't want that. You want to be happy regardless of having the thing that you want, because that's what creates more in the end. And so when we're in a relationship and we are relying solely on a man to give us this sense of happiness, what happens is a man is never going to be able to complete us fully. It's just never going to happen. And we are going to be unhappy, and he's going to have to do more and more and more and more to make us happy. And when we are going to a man and we are like nagging or we are complaining to him, it doesn't inspire him to do more. In fact, it inspires him to do less, because if we are not appreciating what he's already giving and we are not even happy even just for his company. So you always want to look at what your partner is giving to you, right? What is he giving to you that if he was not there, you would not be getting, right? And that could be just a sense of safety. That could be his presence in the home. That could be a good night's sleep. Maybe you sleep better with him. There could be a number of things that he could be providing to you that without him, you would not be able to receive, right? Maybe he's allowing you to feel more relaxed in your feminine, and he's allowing you to expand. Maybe he's teaching you more about yourself, because our partner is always going to reflect to us areas in which we want to improve within ourselves. So there's a whole host of things that your partner can be doing and giving to you. If you're not recognizing that and you're not acknowledging that, yet you're comparing him to other men, or nothing he's doing is good enough, and you're getting him to want to do for you through what he's not doing for you, it's not going to work. And in fact, it's going to push him away more. And what you're going to find is he's going to get defensive. He's going to become reactive. He might become angry. And he might actually pull away because it's not feeling good to him to hear that it's never enough. Whatever he does for you is never enough. And in fact, it's going to push him away. So good men want to make you happy. Good men want to, satisfy you. And good men want to please you. And if he's not able to do that because nothing he does is ever enough, then what's going to happen is he's going to become demotivated in the relationship and he's going to pull away. Now, in the comment section, I'm going to pin a video series that I did on how to communicate better with men. It is completely free, so make sure you sign up for that. And if you want to go deeper, you can definitely book an email session with me or a private call with me, and definitely get the products, because that will help you understand my concepts even deeper. Love you, and see you on the next one. Bye.